Some of the cheapest tires on the shelf right now aren't just bad. Reviewers have described them as the worst they've ever driven on. I pulled independent testing, NHTSA complaint patterns, and real owner reviews to find out exactly which budget tires you should walk past. Let's get into it. So, why this matters? Budget tires can save you $30 to $50 a tire up front, but tires are the one part of your car with a documented direct link to stopping distance and highway stability. When a review says a tire needed car lengths of extra stopping distance compared to a mainstream brand, that's not a comfort issue, that's a safety issue. Here are the 5 to watch out for. Westlake, RP18 line. One independent tester ran the Westlake RP18 against the General Altimax RT45 on the same mid-size sedan. The wet braking distance was described as alarming, needing significantly more pavement to stop. Separately, other reviewers report Westlake's tread life running around 20,000 miles, roughly half of what an average tire delivers, with some owners reporting traction loss above 60 miles per hour. D-Stone, Vincente R302. This tire finished last in its class in independent tire reviews testing. Owners reported excessive noise, poor traction, and, more concerning, the tires splitting apart at highway speeds, even on relatively new tires. D-Stone's other budget models get similar complaints for noise and wear. Accelera, PH line. On tire reviews, the Accelera PHI holds a roughly 58% rating across more than 160 user reviews. One owner called it flatly the worst tire they'd ever used. The recurring complaints, weak wet traction, inconsistent handling, and, despite being a budget tire, reviewers noting it's not even cheap enough to justify the trade-off.
Linglong shows up repeatedly on independent worst tire lists, alongside GoodRide, for weak wet and dry grip and uneven tread wear that shortens an already short lifespan. Generic Chinese Tier 3-4 imports, no verifiable brand history. If a budget tire has no UTQG rating on the sidewall, no traceable manufacturing history, and doesn't show up in independent testing databases like ADAC or Tire Reviews, that's not a brand to gamble on. A common complaint across this whole category is tires missing basic safety components like gum strips, which help keep the tire structure attached to the steel belts underneath.
So, how to actually check a cheap tire before you buy? 3 things, every time. Check the UTQG rating on the sidewall for tread wear, traction, and temperature grades. Check the .date code to make sure you're not buying old stock that's already degrading. And cross-reference the exact model, not just the brand, on independent sites like Tire Reviews before you buy, since quality can vary a lot between models from the same company. Not every cheap tire is dangerous. Some budget models genuinely test fine. The problem is the brands on this list keep showing up across multiple independent sources, multiple model years, and real owner complaints. That's a pattern, not bad luck. If this just saved you from putting the wrong tires on your car, subscribe. Next video, we're breaking down which car batteries are actually worth the extra money and which ones die in year 2.